Welcome everybody to this installment of Live Your Dream Monday. Today I have with me special guest dreamer from Share Your Dream Friday, the great Lidia Abadia. How you doing today, Lidia?
Hi, Edward. I'm doing awesome. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. It's so great to have a chance to catch up with you. So tell us and share with us what's been happening with you since you shared your dream on Share Your Dream Friday.
Well, thinking back, I think it was summertime when you asked me um, to be a part of your project, and I remember just briefly talking about the excitement of personal growth and the excitement of helping other people overcome their um, and help them grow personally as well. And it wasn't just in business, but as a person and as an individual. So that really, none of that was really planned. That just kind of flowed. And I'm just being transparent and honest. I am not, I started in this industry in MLM as a person of belonging to a certain MLM company. And with time, I realized that I believe that everybody belonged to, one particular company. And my whole career really just spun out of that, where I realized that I need to concentrate, although I enjoyed that work, I needed to concentrate on generic information and take a different angle, so to speak, at this industry and at working with people. And I've learned so much, but I have to say that really I sort of settled on personal development as my true passion. And since that installment, I just, it's funny you do this because it really takes on a different meaning. That dream takes on a different meaning. And it really makes so much sense because if you think about it, like we learn, because we both belong to the Million Mind March as a very, important part of our life, really, and our business. And when you write your goals and your dreams down, your mind and your subconscious focuses on those. And when I saw your project, I was like, that is so brilliant because, how can you miss it? I mean, once you start talking about them and you announce them to the whole world, then you can't not actually start living them. So I have to tell you, it's two things I guess could happen. Either everything just goes out, and spins out of control, or you really, really focus in and start to really refine your plan and live it. So I have to say that it's just, for anyone who has ended up, everything just spun out of control, it has to do with truly focusing in. You have, probably just subconsciously, it might have scared you that, here you are starting to live that dream. So really personal development takes a whole new meaning in your life. That's really where you should be focusing on that journey to that dream. For me personally, it was a focusing issue where I just ended up living it. So every day, as my plan has unfolded, I have started to help others, realize theirs. So it really has become, it's no longer, it is a life.
Wow, that's amazing. And we are on very similar journeys in that path of
I
helping
know, I
other
have to
people
interview
to
you.
live their dreams.
You're next.
All right, I'm next. Pick the date. I'll be there.
Okay.
All right. Awesome. So we know that as we have big dreams and purpose and vision in our lives, that things show up to, I'd say, want to test us to see if it's really where we want to be going. That's how I look at obstacles or things that show up. So maybe a few of those, or one of those, or lots of those have showed up in your life, and you'd like to share one of those with everyone here, and how you work through that to continue on your path towards your dreams.
Um, yes, there definitely are obstacles. You know, it's a life. We all have obstacles. I have kids, you know, you have issues that come up. You have, I mean, a lot of things can come up that would throw you off into the bushes, so to speak. And unless you're really strong and you have that, you have truly come to understand that you are on a journey to that goal that you wish to achieve, then you really, you will stay in the bushes for a long time. I mean, in my personal journey, I learned how important it is, and our mentor, Diane Hockman, talks about this, of the bedrock, of the foundation. And I think, you know, in 2007, I was in a similar journey, just sort of going with the flow, really. And at a certain point, I didn't have that bedrock and that foundation. And when you are going 100 miles an hour and you don't know how to handle the car in an emergency, like you're going to spin out of control and just crash. And that could happen at any time. And that car is probably not a Ferrari, but it's a, you know, it's a Yugo. So think about it, going in that kind of car really fast. There is no foundation. You really didn't do the work to build up to that point. So this time around, I made sure that I worked on myself. So the work was first internal, then it was external, and then it was a demonstration. At that point, you no longer worry about anything. You know it. You know who you are. You know what you do. And then it's just a matter of how many people will hear the message. So.
I think a lot of people struggle with that idea of building the foundation within themselves. A lot of people think of it as, well, I'm being selfish if I'm taking time to build myself up.
I used to think it.
I used to think the same thing.
Yep.
Until I realized that even if I just spend an hour a day on myself, and I was shown this probably about 8 or 9 years ago, if I just woke up an hour earlier, spent that time on myself, there's so much more I could give to the rest of the world for the time I was already awake and already out there.
That's wonderful, because that's very rare. And for women, you know, that's even more rare. So you give, and there comes a point, excuse me, there comes a point when you are just, you can't give anymore because you have emptied yourself. And unless you learn how to fill yourself up, and it doesn't have to be you. It can be just a community or a place or people, you know, colleagues, friends. for me, that's what did it. That I belong to such amazing group of individuals. You know, I'm surrounded with amazing people. Oh man, and it's just, you know, personal work doesn't really stop. It has to be maintained.
Yeah. It's an ongoing part of life.
Yes,
Once you hit one plateau, and it's like climbing the mountain, you hit one plateau, you look up, you can look down and say, okay, look how far I've come.
that's right.
And then you look up and say, okay, there's where I need to go next. And you keep
But
going.
to answer your question, it really was the Million Mile March, and you know, people at the Million Mile March, and that, you know, you are a part of it, and people like you, Edward, is what helped me stay on track. And that hour, 2 hours a week, and then reading the books and writing about it and talking about it is really what did it, what helped.
That's awesome. So I think you started to answer some of my next question,
Okay.
which is, which is, what do you do to help keep yourself on track towards your dreams?
Yeah, so um, a huge part of that was finding a community that would foster and nourish me as a person and help me remain true to me. Last night we had a private call, and Diane Hockman said, if you don't become 10 foot tall and bulletproof, you will fail. And I mean, that just rings so true. I mean, there is the formula right there. There it is. It's the truth. And if you don't, it doesn't have to be the Million Mile March. It could be another community that will help the person. But I just know that for me, it's that.
It's awesome. It's been a great pleasure to get to know you there as well, and to get the chance to meet in person.
Yeah, I know. What a difference that makes, right?
Oh yeah, I try my best every time I travel somewhere to meet people in person. Either I've been on Share Your Dream Friday or Live Your Dream Monday, or I've just met online.
Yeah.
So what I do, people always say, well, why do you drive 10 or 12 hours to get to somewhere for something? It's like, well, I've got these three people that I stop by and see on the way. And if I flew, I would just go right by them.
Yep. Exactly.
I enjoy that part of the power of being online, and social media and all those things have brought us to know each other, as well as for me to connect with so many other amazing people out there.
Yeah, and you know, that time in the car, I always enjoy that so much because I'm always like prepared, and I get like this big box of CDs. And all I do is just pop one, you know, after another. And it's such a great learning experience altogether. So I know what you mean.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. It's an amazing part of the journey.
Yeah.
Great. Although this last weekend I didn't get a chance to drive as much, but I still got to meet two people along the way. So it was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
I already have a date and set up. Well, we don't have a date, but you know, it's a date. That when I come to Toronto to visit my sister, I'm gonna have to meet with Roland, and of course you and Peter. So we're gonna have a barbecue or something.
Awesome.
And I have to try some kind of beer. I don't know what beer that is, but Roland can fill you in.
Roland will get you set up with the beer.
That's right.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, this has been a great time to catch up with you, Lydia. And do you have any last words you'd like to share with the people that are watching with us today? People maybe that are thinking about being on Share Your Dream Friday and sort of on the fence, to help them make the choice to say, hey, I'd like to be part of this and share my dream as well.
Well, I think I said it in the beginning. unless you start speaking about your dreams and unless you start writing them down, you will it will take longer for you to dream to live them. So are those the dreams? You know, how do you know what the dreams are? Well, start writing them down. If Edward says, would you like to be, I don't know what is there to think about. I mean, the exposure that you get with your audience, the I really don't think there's anything to think about. It is just about doing it. And if you haven't taken any action toward your dreams, or you doubt whether those are the ones, just do it. You can always change it. I'm sure Edward will come out with another edition of, 6 months later, have you changed your dreams or something.
Yep.
I mean, there's so much to talk about. Why not? Why not?
And there's so many people out there that are needing a place to come and share.
Yeah, what a great platform you provided for us, and what a great way to get things going. What a great thing. Thank you.
Hey, my pleasure. It's been a great time catching up with you today, Lydia. So that's it, everybody, for this installment of Live Your Dream Monday. If you do want to participate in Share Your Dream Friday, there should be some place around here where you can put in your email and your name, and I'll get back to you. And we'll hook up. We'll chat here on Skype together, or the phone, or whichever works for you. And I'll hear about your dreams and figure out how we can share them with the rest of the world. All right, that's it for now. Take care and have a great day. See you later, guys.
See ya.